Hey guys, welcome back to Harvest Moon, Another Wonderful Life. This is going to be my last video, as well as just showing you some changes in year 4. Your house is gigantic now. This room that used to be your bedroom is just kind of like a lounge area, I guess you could say. It's just TV, your journal, the calendar, and the bookshelf. If you go into this door, the kitchen is still there. The kitchen didn't get much bigger, but you can see there's a door here that you can go through. And this is actually where your bedroom has been moved to, and this is just for you and Marlin. The music record player, I guess, your dresser, and then you also have another assets book there to look at. And down from there is your son's room. So you can actually just like work a big circle around your house. There have been some huge changes in my son. I should also mention that the year 4 intro that I showed you guys is going to vary depending on the career choice that you chose for your son. I'm very happy to report that with the opening for year 4, it means that my son will become a scholar, because we had a scene with Carter. If I open up the assets book for you guys, you can see absolutely gigantic changes. It's gone up by almost half a bar in some cases. The scholar, for example, has gone up almost half a bar by now. Musician went up quite a bit. Farming went up quite a bit. Our artist went up quite a bit. So my son is very ranged in his skills, and he's not so much in the likes. The likes haven't moved much from last year, but skills definitely. He's a very well-rounded teenager. Everything in your son's room that you want to inspect is the same. You can still go up to the bookcase. The books have changed. Kinetic Theory, Getting What You Want, Beginner's Guide, Trendy Girls. He still has the diary, where that'll of course change over time, depending on what he wants to say or what he observes. So even just in your house, there are some huge changes. And depending on who you married, your son is going to be like 100% different than what he was in year 3. My son, since I married Marlin, he's very dark, depressed, very quiet, doesn't want anything to do with me, and so I can still give him gifts and things, but making conversation with him is kind of tiresome. But don't give up on whatever you'd like your son to become. If I go to the ledger, the buildings are still the same. So if you haven't got any buildings in any of the previous years, you can do that now. As you saw in the year 4 intro, Marlin has got an old as hell gray hair, changed his clothes, slimmed right down, and there are a few people in the valley who have changed as well. You can just see as I walked by Chris, she's getting a little bit of grays, kind of, but her hair was so red before you can't really notice. Marlin has some grays. Carter has got some grays in his hair. Samantha, Kate's mom, has got some gray. I do believe Tim and Ruby both have some gray. Nami has changed her clothes, which is kind of weird because no other character really does that unless they get older. So she's gotten older maybe, but her hair and her appearance is the exact same. Some other characters that have gotten older are Hugh and Kate. Hugh apparently gets older every year, so he is about, I would say he's about the same age as your son. He's kind of a teenager now. Kate as well, she's about the same age as your son, so now you have 3 people in the valley that are the same age, which I guess would be nice if it was like realistically they were gonna hang out and everything like that. Lumina is the exact same age as she was last year. She didn't change at all. Anything like that. I'm just trying to find Kate and Hugh so you can just see what they look like. I think that's Hugh right there. just because it's interesting to kind of just see what has happened. Hugh's got the same kind of color scheme going on, the red and white, but his face has definitely matured a whole hell of a lot. Yeah, Ruby's definitely sporting a little bit of gray there. But besides the people and your own life, the valley never really changes much. Of course, the dig site is going to be bigger, and I will go there momentarily because that place is ridiculously big. I could probably spend from 10 a.m. all the way until 5 p.m. digging, and I wouldn't have the whole dig site done. Oh, and also, if you look at Marlin, he's by far the one who's changed the most. You can see, like, the wrinkles and the hair, and, like, his face is even thinned out a whole bunch. I don't know, like, I haven't married anyone else in this game, so I don't know if that happens with any other bachelor, or if that's just Marlin. But anyways, I just thought that was weird. Gallon is still alive, still holding on. Sebastian is still alive, still holding on. Same with Romana. Like, all the old people don't seem to age any. They just seem to hold on to their age. Takakura looks the same. He's got a little bit of gray. Samantha as well got a whole lot older. She's got the gray, like I said before. Here's Kate. I think it's kind of funny how Kate's like a tomboy, but she dresses so nicely. Yeah, so she of course is a young lady now. And your character didn't really get a whole lot older. It seems like her hair kind of dimmed a little bit in color, but there's no grays yet. And this year also, Van will be available to sell you some new stuff in his store when he comes. And other than that, I can't really think of anything else. Like I said, this is going to be my last video for Harvest Moon. For those of you just joining me, I did mention it in a few other videos that I was just going to go to year 4. And yes, I do realize that there is 6 years in this game, but to this point, there's just not a whole lot to talk about in the last 2 years. So if we go to the dig site, it's gigantic. This place is huge, and it will keep expanding. So if you're going to dig, keep digging, and if you get a tablet and you keep playing all the way to year 6, this place will continue to expand all the way to year 6. So yeah, you can spend a whole day here. And at this point, I think that's about it for changes. And with that being said, if I do feel like playing, just randomly picking this game up and playing, and I find anything interesting in year 4 for events, or I make it all the way to year 5, or I make it to year 6, I will record it and put it up. But I just like to tell everyone that this series, in my mind, as far as regular intervals go, is done. I'm finished. I'll be moving on to other games. My next Let's Play will be Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And you see just by talking to him that he kind of walks with his head down, and he doesn't really seem much interested in talking to me. It seems like they kind of just put like the stereotypical teen in. But yeah, so that's it for me. And also, I think that as a bonus, I might include like just a random video of what I've done in Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, which is the male version, because I have played that game farther than I have in this game. I played it all the way up to about year 5, I think. Ugh, rock's old too. So I might do that. So yeah, so if you do see something Harvest Moon pop up in your subs box or something, don't be too shocked, because I might put something in there. But yeah, like I said, this is done. So I thank everyone so much for joining me in my Harvest Moon adventure. I've gotten a pretty good amount of views for the popularity of my channel. I've met like really good people through this, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback. So thanks everybody so much for joining me for my Let's Play of Harvest Moon: Another Wonderful Life, and I will see you in another video game, guys. See you later!